Alright, YouTube, so 13 Days of Friday, Day 8. So, I've just watched Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. I've got up extra early to watch this one because it's Remembrance Sunday today in Britain, and where we go to remember the soldiers of, that fought in the First World War on the Sunday before Remembrance Day. So, so I'm, vlog reviewing Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. So, takes place 1 year after the events of Part 7, where some young teens are on a yacht and their anchor gets caught on some wiring and, well, Jason gets awoken and kills them both with a fishing rod thing. So then he jumps on board a ship called the Lazarus, and Lazarus actually means rise from the dead. So, the Lazarus, he wakes, Jason gets on board, and then he starts picking off the teens one by one. He slaps one girl with an electric guitar, an axe. He breaks a mirror and stabs a girl with the glass. He burns a hole through a guy with a hot rock, in the steam room, and he just has a big rampage on a boat throughout most of the film. So it's a bit misleading saying he takes Manhattan, but he takes Manhattan and goes on. But anyway, he doesn't really get to Manhattan until like the last half hour, and already most of the people in it have been killed off, including the captain and the crew, even the weird little crew member guy who said, "You're all doomed." How does he know that the cruise is doomed when he hasn't even seen Jason get on board? I don't bloody know. So, Jason, but anyway, Jason has a bit of a good time on the boat, killing and stuff. It's all in the end when Jason, electrocutes one guy on the controls and sets the whole ship on fire. They make their getaway on a lifeboat, and then when they get to New York, they think they've made it. They're safe. Little do they know that Jason's followed them under the water, so Jason's a very good swimmer. So they're crawling through the alleyways until some muggers come and pick the wrong time ever to mug them. They get mugged, and then they want to take the girl who's our main protagonist, Susie, I think her name was. But then Jason comes and crashes the party where they try and drug and rape her. But, Jason sort of saves her, but I think he wants her for himself to kill. So, the muggers die and get killed. And then next thing, the black guy who's like a boxer, he's they're giving Jason a good scene too, and actually boxes him like a punch bag. Even though Jason, he doesn't feel anything, he does put up a good fight against Jason, but he gets way, way too ahead of himself when Jason punches his head off. So, then they get help from a policeman, and they discover the black guy's head in the car. The policeman is about to call for backup, so Jason strangles him and kills him. And then Susie, Jim, and Charles is such a huge dick. He's like the girl's he's like Susie's legal guardian, and he's a knobhead. Didn't believe this, that, or the other, and stuff. So anyway, the car crashes, they drive off in the police car, and Susie keeps having hallucinations of Jason as a kid, because when she was a little girl, she encountered him. So she runs over the hallucination of Jason and crashes the police car, and the whole car blows up. One of the teachers who were inside, she dies, but then Susie has the flashback of her Uncle Charles and at Crystal Lake as a kid, and he throws her into the lake on purpose, and she encounters Jason trying to drown her, little Jason. So, yeah, little Jason. And then, oh yeah, I forgot to say, Part 8 is written and directed by, does it say on here? Let's see who wrote and just hold on, bear with me a second. Yeah, I just looked. It's written and directed by Rob Hedden, and it has Kane Hodder in it again, reprising his role as Jason. So, like I said in yesterday's vlog review, I wish Kane Hodder would have had better storylines to work with. I mean, he stole the show with his performance as Jason. I just thought the storyline was a bit shark, jumping the shark again. But, I guess they wanted to sort of take Jason out of Crystal Lake instead of it being like the same thing in all the sequels. So, also, there's a plot hole thinking that saying, Jason, how the hell are they going to get the boat into the Atlantic Ocean? And apparently Crystal Lake has a river that flows out from New Jersey to the Atlantic, and they go to New York. So I just think they thought, the fans are going to hate it anyway, let's just do it, sod it. So they did. There's also a bit where Jason, where our two surviving protagonists have a chase scene. Oh yeah, Jason drowns Charles in some acid, toxic waste, killing him. They have a bit of a cat and a mouse chase through the subways, and then in Times Square, he walks past. They run past muggers. Jason walks past him and kicks the radio, and tell him that he's dead meat. And then he reveals his face, and they're like, "Hey man, it's cool, it's cool." So yeah, that's funny. Then they end up in this diner. Jason rampages through that. Literally walks through the door. He breaks it down and walks through it. So he's like, right, tough and hard. So it ends up where they're in the sewers and they have to get out quickly before toxic chemical waste pours in and melts them away. Jason, she throws some of it in his face and it burns his mask off, so we see his face. And then we see like hallucinations of his younger self. Then the chemicals get flowed in because they do it every midnight in the sewers, flush toxic chemical waste away. And Jason got caught in it all. Our two surviving protagonists, Jim and Susie, they survived, along with their dog. They had a dog in the film, and the dog survived. Found them in the end. So, yeah. That's when Friday the 13th Part 8 ends. Now, I think what they were trying to do was end the franchise, because at this point Paramount was a bit embarrassed and ashamed of Jason. In fact, so much that they actually sold the rights to him to New Line Cinema. I don't know why they would do that, because it's like Jason made them a lot of money, so why were they ashamed of him? So yeah, the next bunch of films are done by New Line because they bought the rights to Jason. So yeah, and I don't think New Line really does it any favours. So yeah, this has been my vlog review on the 8th film, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, and yeah, we're nearly done now. We've finished the Paramount films, we've just got the New Line ones to watch now, so yeah, probably get up extra early again to watch and review the films, because I'm back at work next week and I start at 9. I think if I get up at like 7:30, at 7 o'clock I can be done for like 8:30 and then get to work within half an hour, which I can do because it's not a long drive. My mum will drop me off like she usually does. She just offers too nice of So yeah, if you let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Also, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to share, please feel free to share. Also, I'm on Facebook and Twitter, social media. I'll leave links to those in the description below. So like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter to stay updated on what I get up to outside of the YouTube community. And also, what else am I got to say? Yeah, and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this one. And if you've missed any of my 13 Days of Friday, you can see it all so far from 1 to 7 in the link in the description box below. I'll leave one there. So yeah, till next time, goodbye friends. Oh yeah, one more thing. I forgot to give my out of 5 on Friday the 13th Part 8. So I'll give Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, a 3 out of 5. Yeah, okay. See ya.